and welcome to the Mindset Coach podcast, the show where coaches and coaches-to-be tune in to learn how to integrate mindset coaching tools and neuroscience-based techniques into their practice and grow and scale a coaching business they love. I'm your host, Lara Young, founder of the Mindset Coach Academy, author of 52 Adventures to Change Your Life, award-winning business owner, coach and coach trainer. Tune into this podcast each Friday, free on all the podcasting apps, and click to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And remember, mindset is everything. How do you integrate the law of attraction practices into your coaching? Well, it's really interesting because it's actually very, very simple to do. So let's talk about what the fundamental principles of the law of attraction are. The first thing, of course, is that you conceive what it is that you want. You decide what it is that you want to have in your life. The second thing is that you believe that it's possible for you, that you can have that thing, that will be attracted to you. And the third thing is that you allow it, that you enable yourself to be in the space of receiving. Now, the thing is that whether we like it or not, we are always attracting things into our lives. In fact, one of the key principles that we have in the Mindset Coach Academy is that where you are now in your life is the sum total of all the conscious and unconscious choices that you've ever made. So even though whether you've been aware of it or not, you have been attracting things into your life, experiences, events, situations, and people. And a lot of that has to do with where you've been focusing your conscious attention, but also due to what's been running along in the background in terms of those unconscious patterns, habits, behaviors that you have been running. And of course, our emotions play into this a lot as well. You know, how you're feeling in any given moment, also known as your vibrational frequency, has a lot to do with what the universe is sending back into your overall experience. Now, there's an observation cycle that we're in, regardless of whether we're aware of it, doing it deliberately or not, and we call it non-deliberate attraction. So what happens is, as we're going through our everyday lives, is that we observe what we receive and we have in our lives. And whether that's positive or negative, we just pay attention to it. It is there. Now, while observing that thing, that situation, person, event, we emit a vibration. So there's an emotional response that we have in relation to it. And then what happens is the law of attraction matches that vibration and then sends us more of what we are vibrating. And that's a reflexive loop. So we continue to observe, we continue to feel things about what we're observing, and then those vibrations, those emotions are then matched and responded to by the law of attraction. And of course, what we want to do is to not do it in an unconscious or undeliberate way. What we want to be able to do is we want to do it in a way that is very, very deliberate. And we call this the art of deliberate attraction. And so there are three main things we want to do, and they are that we want to get really clear about what it is that we want to attract into our experience. Then what we want to do is we want to raise the vibration, raise our focus so that it matches what we want, and then we want to allow it to come into our experience. Now, the law of attraction, which is based on those principles, and mindset coaching really do go hand in hand, and they work very cooperatively together for us to be able to build and create our life experience. Because essentially what we do when we're in mindset coaching and the mindset coaching arena and really focusing on people's mindset is that we help them to, well, one of the things we do is to help them to understand the correlation, the relationship between the situations that they experience in their lives. So the events that happen to them, you know, whatever happens, the events that they experience, we help them to understand the relationship between those experiences, the thoughts they have about those experiences. So whether those thoughts are a positive response or a negative response to those experiences. And then we help them to become aware of the emotions that they experience as a result of that as well. So how do they feel in relation to what has happened in their lives? And how can they actually become aware of it, but also how can they effectively navigate those emotions that they feel? How can they effectively navigate those reactions that they experience, those emotional responses to what's going on around them, the thoughts that they have about that? Because then, of course, what happens when we have a thought about something, then we have a feeling about it, then we're going to have an action or an inaction. And that's actually what leads to the results we get. And that really mirrors that observation cycle that something happens in our lives, we pay attention to it, and then we actually, have a feeling about it, and then that drives our response. And we get more of what we feel, right? We get more of what we're vibrating. We get more of what we're focusing on and paying attention to. So the thing is that what we want to do, and the tools that we have at our disposal as mindset coaches, are first of all helping our clients to conceive what it is that they want, to get real clarity about that. And we do that through processes like robust goal-setting processes, things like well-formed outcomes, establishing really in-depth and very, very clear approaches to and information to what it is that our clients want, getting really clear and helping them to get clear about what it is. What will their life look, feel, sound like when they have the thing that they desire? How will they know that they have it? We help them to get real clarity about the evidence that that thing has arrived in their life. How do they know that they've achieved that goal? In mindset coaching, we ask our clients to get really specific about that. We get them to imagine what it will be like when that goal is part of their reality. And we do it in a way that really brings that in as a full sensory experience for them, so that it's not just a goal written on a piece of paper. They have a picture of it. They have feelings and sounds associated with it. They can even experience what they say to themselves when they have achieved that goal. And importantly, of course, how will they feel when they've achieved that goal as well? Now, the other thing that we want to do is to make sure that we help our clients to, when they're getting clarity, to be able to immerse themselves in the experience of already having it. And of course, this is one of the key concepts that's associated with the law of attraction. When you actually put yourself and immerse yourself in the experience of the reality of already having your goal, because it exists, it's here and now, it's somewhere out there in the universe, it already exists, it's in the vortex, ready to be recognized, focused on, paid attention to, so that it manifests into reality, into your own reality. When we help our clients to get really specific about those things, then they can't help but pay attention to those experiences coming into their lives. When they have real clarity about what it is that they want, and now let's be clear about that too, right? It's what they want. It's not what other people want for them or what other people think they should have. But when we get down into that inner knowing, that inner desire, that absolute passion as to what's important for our clients, when we help them to achieve that, then that's real clarity. When they can, without a shadow of a doubt, bring up that experience of having that thing as a visualization, as a meditation, describing it, journaling about it, whatever it might be, when they're in that, when they're immersed in it, that reality in that moment is as if it was already there. And that is so powerful, right? To help our clients to step into the knowingness, the already having it. And that is very, very powerful. And that, of course, is the very first step of the law of attraction, is getting clarity, conceiving what it is that you want, having a richly sensory experience of what it is that you desire. And we can also help our clients with some desire statements around that as well to really bring it home. So, things like, I'm in the process of attracting and allowing all that I need to do, know, and have to attract and allow whatever it is into my life, okay? And it's really about using, that anticipation of desire, that anticipation of the desire being fulfilled and becoming reality, that helps to then draw it in as well. Now, the other thing, of course, the second thing is that we want our clients to believe that it's possible for them. And we know what a role that, self-doubt, self-criticism, imposter syndrome can play when it comes to our clients believing in what's possible for them. And so a big role that we play as mindset coaches is actually helping our clients to really believe what's possible, really believe that they deserve it, really believe that, it will happen for them, right? That they're capable of achieving whatever it is that they want to achieve. And so part of our work is to help our clients to get out of their own way. So partly it's about identifying with them, what are the blocks and barriers to success? What is standing in the way of achieving their goals? What are they doing or not doing that is preventing them from this thing already being a reality, preventing this thing from already being manifest? And it could be something to do with their environment, their habits, their behaviours, their beliefs and their values. We also, of course, use interventions like timeline therapy to remove negative emotions, to clear out past negative emotions that have them stuck in the past, that have them pinging back to the past as they go through their lives. So we help them to remove anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt, all of those very low vibration emotions that don't allow the drawing in. They're not a vibrational match for what our clients desire. We also use timeline therapy, of course, to remove limiting decisions, to remove that doubt and uncertainty, to actually remove those limiting beliefs that have held our client back from even noticing the opportunities that exist. You know what? Beliefs aren't true. They help us or hinder us. And when our clients are in a state where they are matching for the evidence to support a belief that limits them, if they don't believe something's possible, they're not going to take the action they need to take. If they're matching for what's impossible or what they don't deserve instead of what they do, then it's a whole different ballgame. So removing that doubt, removing those uncertainties, removing those limiting emotions, those limiting decisions is so freeing. Because what it does is it opens our clients up to notice all those opportunities for drawing in what is already theirs, for drawing in what it is that they desire, for noticing those chances, those happenstance, those serendipitous moments, and really taking advantage of them, of really acknowledging that they are an opportunity that's come along at exactly the right time for them. The other thing that we can help our clients do, of course, is to show willing. If you're single and you want to meet a partner, but you don't actually go anywhere or you don't put yourself out there, you're not on a dating site or whatever, unless you are attracted to the takeaway delivery person who comes to your front door, you're not going to meet anyone, right? Because you're not putting yourself in situations where that's possible. If you want to get a promotion and you're not actually honing up your communication skills, you're not developing your CV or practicing your interview skills, again, unlikely to happen. We need to show willing. If you want us to have an effective and profitable coaching business and a coaching practice that thrives, then you need to skill yourself up. You need to have the business building skills. You need to have the coaching skills, those transformational coaching skills. Whatever we want and desire in our life, we have to show willing. And that means improving our capability. It means paying attention. It means doing the work. Rather than sitting back and saying, let it all happen, righty-o, universe, bring it on in. That's not how it works.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you, so thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
Now, another thing that we can help our clients with, of course, is to let them know how important it is to be grateful and experience gratitude for what they already have in their lives. Gratitude brings in more of the same. When we recognize what is there is that we are grateful for in our lives, what we can appreciate in our lives, we are given automatically the opportunity to appreciate more. When we start to complain, what do we notice? More things to complain about. Our brain is a huge pattern matching organism. When we start being grateful and noticing those things in our everyday life that we're grateful for, then what happens is our brain says, okay, let me start to notice more of those wonderful things in your current experience that you can actually be grateful for. And we can help our clients with that as well. Another thing to help our clients move past negative emotions, fears, doubts, and uncertainty, is to do some self-forgiveness work as well, to do some work around forgiving themselves for those opportunities missed, those things that they didn't notice, maybe times when they weren't at their best, whether that was in relationships or work situations, where they maybe let things pass them by. Do some inner forgiveness work and heal the past from that as well, so that they can move forward and bring those opportunities in the future. The next thing we can help our clients with is step into that identity of already having it. Okay, we can help our clients do visualization techniques, meditation techniques. We can also encourage our clients to be doing some future you journaling work and to really start to think about how they can play a role. What role are they going to play in making it a reality? We can also, of course, use hypnosis too to help our clients to be experiencing more of those positive emotional states that they need to experience in order to be the vibrational match for what it is that they desire. Another important piece of work that we do when we look at the relationship between mindset coaching and law of attraction is that we want our clients to understand what's important to them. And so doing values elicitation work and values hierarchy work with our client is very important, helping them to understand what is important about what they want. Why do they want the thing that they crave? Why do they want to achieve the goal? How does it make them feel? What will it enable them to do, be, or have? And is what they desire in congruence with their values? Is it in alignment with their values at the conscious and unconscious level? Because if what they desire isn't actually what they want in their heart, in their pure value system, then they're not going to take the action that they need to take in order to make it a reality. They're not going to emit the emotions, the feelings about it that they need to emit in order to bring it in. And we often see incongruence in clients, and that can bring about, discomfort and disease, but most importantly, it can bring about the feeling of, I just can't be bothered taking action. Your client's behaviour is such a key source of information for you about what they truly desire. Because if I have a high value around something, I am going to act that in a way that demonstrates that thing is of importance to me. So, having that alignment, helping your clients recognize where they might be out of alignment and helping them with that, coaching them with that, using mindset coaching practices is another great way just to really draw in the power of the law of attraction. Now, beliefs are important. We've touched on this before, but, are you allowing and believing what you want to come in? Does your client believe that they can have what they want, that they deserve to have what they want, that they're worthy of having it, that they're capable of having it, that they're able and open to receive? And what you really want to do with your clients is to perhaps even give them little experiences of believing that something will happen and then it appears. And you can do very simple things like having them choose a symbol that will be a sign that something is on its way. For example, when I was manifesting my daughters, I had the butterfly symbol, and 4 days before I became a mother, there was butterflies on, it was my birthday, and there were butterflies on every card, the dress that someone gave me, some candles. They were literally everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Something's happening now. And if you can get your clients to really tune into that and into those signs that something is about to happen for them, and just exercise little things like notice a feather, notice a butterfly, pick something that's important to them. One of the other things my daughters and I do is we have hot pink cars, a car that's hot pink, very rare, right? But we have that as one of our totems for something happy is going to happen. And it's amazing how often those things just magically, or do they, is it magic? But how often those things appear for us. The next thing that you want to do is to really help your clients to make sure they're focusing on developing the skills and capabilities they need to build out and achieve that goal and to show willing. So do they have the skills? Do they have the knowledge to build a business? Do they have it to manage their money effectively? Are they adept at online dating? What's their online dating profile like if they do want to meet a partner? If they want to buy a house, are they aware of what's going on in the property market? Are they out there viewing houses? What action are they actually taking? how much personal development work are they doing on themselves as well? And really it's, these are important things that you can be doing with your clients to really align and attune them to the principles of the law of attraction. So the other thing is we really want to start our clients having the habits and behaviors that are aligned with what they desire as well. So, acting as if they already have the thing, stepping into that identity of the person who has already achieved the goal is so powerful, because it is here, it is now, it is already happening. It is not something that is in the future. It is not something that I have to wait for. So many people think, well, can't meet a partner until I lose weight. I can't, start a fitness regime until I've got the clothes. We put these barriers in, but we can actually be doing all of those things now. And I think what we really want to do with our clients is help them get clarity about how would they be spending their time if they had that goal. How can they show willing? And it's really interesting, and there's some language patterns that we can use with our clients and give them and install with them that really help them to embrace it. And, one of the most powerful things is if there is an abreaction, which means a negative response because they haven't got the thing, when they tell themselves, when they do any affirmations, for example, is just to add the word yet. Okay? It's not here yet. Or won't it be wonderful when? Won't it be wonderful when I've met the man of my dreams? Won't it be wonderful when I'm living in a beautiful house? Won't it be wonderful when I have worked 3 days a week profitably in my business? And the answer, of course, to those questions is yes, it will be wonderful. It's the positive response, the yes response, that positive emotional reaction that we're looking for in order to align that for vibrational match. And also, using phrases like, I've decided that. I've decided that I'm going to start my own business. I've decided that I'm going to get a coaching certification. I've decided that I'm going to meet the man of my dreams. Lots can happen in a year. Lots can happen, okay? Other things like I'm in the process of attracting my ideal partner. I'm in the process of building my business. Those things, those phrases really help at the unconscious level and the conscious level to embed those really positive feelings that we need to have when we're attracting things to us. The other things that you can do very simply from the environment that your clients operate in is to get them to declutter and make room. One of my favorite things that I've read about in Feng Shui, for example, if you want to have a partner come into your life, is to make room in the wardrobe. Make sure that you've got lamps either side of the bed, those kind of things. If you want to bring clients into your coaching practice, then make space for them. Create folders, client folders for them on your laptop. Make your environment that you work in really beautiful environment, not an afterthought. Don't be working perched at the edge of the kitchen table. And if you do need to work in that way, have some symbolic things, maybe a candle or, a credenza or a stand or something like that signifies to you that this is your workspace. Do something to make your space that sanctuary, that work sanctuary, that signifies to you that it's time to be in that role. Do things in your personal life, like clear out all of the physical clutter, but also the clutter that hangs over you, all those emails in your inbox, all those unopened bank statements, do the filing, do all of those things. What's the glove box of your car like at the moment? That drawer in the kitchen we all have. Clear out anything that is preventing the energy from coming in, that is preventing new opportunities, new clients, new relationships from coming in to your environment. And the next thing we want to do is to actually have our clients to take responsibility for what it is that they desire. And, those things are just so important. That is, I am in control. I'm driving the bus. It's my life. And I get to choose what I want to have in my life. And I think this is one of the things people often forget. You have a choice, right? You have a choice about who you spend time with. You have a choice about where you live. You have a choice about where you work. You can make those decisions for yourself. Sure, it may not happen overnight. But the pure process of deciding what it is that you want, getting clarity about it, and then taking action is just so key. Because the thing is that you will notice from the very, very beginning, of making that decision. From the moment that you make the decision to do things, you will start to notice those opportunities. And when it's in alignment with what you want, when it's in vibrational alignment, when it emotionally sparks you, then you know that it is only a matter of time before it becomes a reality. And what you're doing in making that decision is that you are signaling out there to your unconscious mind, to your reticular activation system, pay attention for me. Notice the opportunities. Notice, the things that I may otherwise have missed before I made the decision that I was going to do something. Because it is absolutely amazing, isn't it? How when we decide we want to tile a bathroom, there are tile shops on every corner. How when we decide that we want to go to Italy and be able to speak fluent Italian, we notice that little sign in the cafe that says conversational Italian lessons on Thursday nights. It's absolutely incredible how that works for us. And I think, as mindset coaches, well, I know that as mindset coaches, those 3 key things that we do with our clients help them to get clarity, absolute clarity about what they want, help them to believe in themselves with unwavering certainty, help them to have that self-belief that they can absolutely have what it is that they desire, and then helping them to allow those things in by taking action, by knowing that it's already theirs, by doing the things that signal inwardly to themselves and outwardly that they are ready. They are ready for the next opportunity. They are ready for this goal to become a reality in their life. They are ready to make it happen. They are ready to welcome whatever it is that they want, whatever this goal is, they're ready to welcome it into their life. And so you actually have all the tools at your disposal as a mindset coach to help people to conceive it, believe it, and then receive it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how coaching and law of attraction align with one another to help people achieve their goals and dreams. Really looking forward to seeing you in next week's show. Bye for now.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Mindset Coach podcast. Remember to join us next week for another episode and subscribe on your favourite podcast app. Leave us a review if you've loved it, share it with your friends, and I really look forward to learning how you're implementing the tools and techniques that you're learning here. Mindset is everything.